Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the City of Douglas Mayor and Commission. This will serve as the work session for March 11, 2024. And as always, we're going to turn it over to the pride of West Green, our beloved and underappreciated city attorney.
You got that right.
Our city manager.
Thank you for that introduction, Mayor. It's always warm. First item is item 1, found on page 4, review of the February 26, 2024 meeting minutes.
Good. Mr. Taylor,
Consent.
Mr. Bailey,
Consent.
Ms. McNeil,
Consent.
Mr. Paul.
Consent.
Thank you very much. Next item.
Next item will be item 2, found on page 16, discuss the fire department uniform purchases. Chief Casey Wright.
Good afternoon.
Another
Paul Johnson, doing well, thanks. For the last 6-7 years, we have purchased uniforms every year as we have since the beginning of the commission. We have used a company known as NAFCO, which is North American Fire Equipment Company. They have been consistently the low bidder and consistently low uniforms. However, they have offered us an opportunity to go to an online store where each individual firefighter would have the registration login and they can order their own uniform. We can set a cap on that where they can only spend a lot of money. They can buy whatever they want to, but the city would only be responsible for a certain portion of those funds. We can set that cap at a statement and there's confined to our operating budget for uniform purchases and leave a little contingency money in that fund. So if they have an accident or something they can't help, we can replace that uniform for them. However, it would alleviate us taking bids on uniforms every year and going through the bid process of this every year. Because usually we spend about $15,000 a year on just the original uniform purchase. Of course, our budget's more than that because we have to replace the radically about a year. So I'm seeking y'all's approval to be able to establish this online store and purchase continually from NAFCO through that means. I did have Ms. Hickey come over when they came and present this to us and to look at it and get her opinion on it as well, as she was in favor of doing this, but we have to have your guys' approval to move forward with this process.
Mr. City
I got it.
Manager, elaborate for me.
Go.
I'm sorry.
Mr. City Manager, elaborate.
I'm all out of it tonight. I'm sorry. That introduction just got me all shook up. No, we're good, sir.
We're good?
We're good.
I got a question. You said purchases from a different, the uniform gonna be different, say if I want like one type and Mr. Bailey like another type, you know,
No, sir. No, sir. We would establish the boundaries of the store. If you log in and you're a firefighter, you log in, your name, your rank would already be denoted in the store. You could get, like if I log in, I get this shirt and these pair of pants. The only option they would have, they'd have a couple different shoe options and a couple different belt options and a couple different ball cap options. The base uniform would be the same. That's all they can buy. So I'm big on everybody looking the same. If you haven't noticed, we want our trucks to look the same, we want our equipment to be the same. I think uniformity is a must. And so no, they wouldn't have the option of each buy individual shirts. They could buy their shirt that we chose for them, which would be the same thing they wear now.
okay.
Cool? You good with consent? Mr. Taylor? Mr. Bailey?
Consent.
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 Thank you.
Next item.
Next item is item 3, found on page 17, discuss the FY24 multiple pad mount transformers bid. Nikki.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tonight we're bringing for you our annual pad mount transformer bid. It came from Gresco for $215,880. And this is their stock.
Okay. Mr. Paul?
Consent.
Ms. McNeil?
Consent.
Mr. Bailey?
Consent.
Mr. Taylor?
Said,
Thank you. Next item.
Next item, and I gotta change it. Next item is discuss FY24. Instead of 2, it's 3 2023 Dodge Durangos. Since we went to print, we had another one totaled out, somebody hit us. So what's better than 2 cars is 3 cars. So, anyway, 3 Durangos.
Okay. Y'all got that change? You good on that? 3? Mr. Paul?
I'm good.
All right, let's go.
All right, low bid was Woody Folsom of Douglas, Georgia. Original originally 87,000, so we're gonna add 43,500 to that bill
Okay.
for last year's third car.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes, sir, consent.
Mr. Bailey,
Consent.
Mr. Taylor,
Consent.
Mr. Paul.
Consent.
Next item.
All right, next item's item 5, found on page 23, street closure, request for 2024.
Good evening.
Georgia.
Good evening.
This is a list we try to bring to you all each year. This year's list, we're requesting street closures for South Georgia College graduation ceremony on May the 9th. Paul Plaza, they have an annual Halloween party event on October the 31st. Juneteenth celebration is planned at the George Washington Carver Shopping Center on June 19th. The Wings and Things, I'm sorry, the Wings and Things Festival, coming up on April the 20th. There's gonna be some street closures on that Friday and Saturday. And also the Gopher Tortoise Festival, that's held, October the 4th and 5th. And we don't have it on the list, but also this will include the annual Christmas parade.
Cool. Ms. McNeil,
Yes, sir. With that addition, I'd say consent.
consent. Mr. Bailey.
Question first.
Yes.
No, that right there is gonna fall on something else.
Consent.
Mr. Taylor,
Consent.
Mr. Paul.
Consent.
Good deal. Next item.
All right, and then all the next ones are tabled, right?
Yeah.
The next 5 are tabled.
Next four.
Next 4 are tabled. Next will be item 10, found on page 48, discuss the submittal resolution of the Bureau of Justice Assistance Small Rural and Tribal Body Worn Camera Program Grant Application. Georgia?
Yes, we're here before you tonight, get your permission for us to submit an application on behalf of the police department for 43 body cameras. The amount of the grant would be $86,000. The city match from the appropriate city funds would be $234,979. And so if you all approve it, Mayor Paul will execute the resolution.
Commissioner Paul,
I consent.
Ms. McNeil,
Consent.
Mr. Bailey,
Consent.
Mr. Taylor.
Consent.
Thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
item.
All right, next item is item 11, found on page 51, discuss the repair of flight pumps at the TNT lift station. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Good evening, Mayor and Commission.
Good evening.
As Mr. Davis stated, we have a pump that we have pulled from the TNT lift station. We had it sent into Waco. After they tore it down, it was deemed that it was repairable, $17,318.40. New pump costs $80, so it's kind of a no-brainer to make repairs instead of buying a new pump. So that's what we're asking for, is the approval for Waco to rebuild that pump at $17,318.40.
Mr. Bailey.
And this was a budgeted item, correct?
Yes, sir, we keep repair and maintenance items in the budget for mishaps like this. Yes, sir.
Correct. Certainly consent, Mr. Mayor.
Consent. Mr. Taylor.
Mike, is there any guarantee on that?
Same as you would on a new one, 1 year, parts and labor. So,
Consent.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes, sir, consent.
Mr. Paul.
Consent.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item is item 12, found on page 53, discuss the painting of the turbine generator at substation number 2, Mike.
this is something we try to do every 10 years. Last time it was painted was 2014, so it's time to paint that generator again. We also are allowing them to paint the exterior metal doors on the control room. So total price for all that will be $24,075, and SWPI is an approved vendor on the ECG bid out list.
Mr. Bailey,
Consent.
Mr. Taylor,
Consent.
Ms. McNeil,
Consent.
Mr. Paul.
Consent.
Next item.
Next item is item 13, found on page 55, discuss the purchase of the Vector Ramjet trailer sewer machine. Mike?
Yes, sir, I have listed in the background that we have a primary machine, which is the 2012 O'Brien. We have a backup machine, it's a 1997 O'Brien. We basically need to replace the primary machine with a new machine and move the now primary machine to the backup machine and get rid of the old machine. We did use the Sourcewell contract documents. Ms. Nikki was aware of that, and we have included the contract number, so it is a recognized bid source of ours. We are going with a Vector Ramjet this time. Our big truck that we use is a Vector, same company sold that truck and our sewer camera. So we've done business with these guys before, Environmental Products Group. Total price of $77,400.
Mr. Bailey?
Consent.
Mr. Taylor?
Consent.
Ms. McNeil?
Consent.
Mr. Paul?
Consent.
Thank you very much. Next item, Mr. City Manager.
All right, next item is general comments. We have one person filed to speak before us tonight, which is being represented by Commissioner Bailey. First Baptist Church has a request in to close Coweta Avenue on a certain date, March 24th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. For an Easter egg hunt.
Right, we did this last year.
Yes.
Yeah, we did this last year. So, okay, no big deal.
Mayor, I mean, if you need to say something.
Hey, you don't need to say anything. Conflict of interest. I have to vote on this one. Ms. Whitnell, I have to vote on this one. Mr. Taylor?
Consent.
Ms. McNeil?
Consent.
Mr. Paul?
Consent.
I also say consent. Next item, Mr. City Manager. Mr. City. Where's Harold?
I was being distracted, but that was bothering me over here.
I mean, God, man. All of them there, tell them. Is that it?
Yes, sir, that's it, yeah.
All right, good deal. All right, before we adjourn the work session and go into the regular meeting, if we take a look at our regular agenda, right behind the recognition of Mr. Tim Gray, we're gonna insert the recognition of our state champions. Are you okay with that, Mr. Paul?
I'm okay with it.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bailey, and Mr. Taylor?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. All right, we're gonna go right into this, and we're gonna get the party started. Work session, we stand adjourned. If somebody would, please go grab our ROTC, and we're gonna get started. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the City of Douglas Mayor and Commission. This will serve as the regular meeting for March 11th, 2024. Mr. Commissioner Paul, invocation, introduce your guest.
I have my cousin, he come in to do the invocation for us, say a prayer for us for the city, Pastor Willie Williams.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
As I oftentimes say, this is the day the Lord has made. We rejoice, be glad therein. I would like to start before I pray. I would like to commend this mayor and this commission on the wonderful job that you guys are doing. I was out walking the other morning. I walk every morning at Publix, and I saw the groundbreaking ceremony that was going on at Pineland, and the progress being made with City Hall being, not City Hall, with the Board of Education being torn down. You guys are doing a great job, absolutely to be commended. And I was in a prayer meeting in 2017, April 1st, at Pastor Lawrence Clemens Church. And I don't know if these things were on the table at that time, but he prayed for economics to come into this city. He prayed for business to come. He prayed for different things to happen, and I believe that along with the prayers of the righteous, you guys work, we're seeing the hand of God in this community. Let's pray. Father, we thank you for you are God alone. There's none like you. We come before you first of all, God, asking for forgiveness of sin. And God, we thank you for this mayor. We thank you for this commission, God, these people that work together for the good of this community, God. I pray, God, that would even be continued, God. And even the things that you've done, God, we believe that you would do more. I ask you if you would, God, blow our mind with the things that you do for us in this city, God. We know that the prayer of the righteous availeth much. And God, we're praying, we're calling on the God of heaven because you're the only one who can do the things that you do. And yes, God, we give accolades to this mayor and to this commission, God. But ultimately, God, we give you thanks for the things that you are doing in this community. In the name of your son, Jesus, we did pray. Amen, amen, and amen.
Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. As always, we will be led through the Pledge of Allegiance by Coffee High Navy Junior ROTC. Tonight we have Petty Officers First Class Graham and Newman.
Slide. Hold. Left. Ace. 3
Ace. Forward. March. Left. Left. Right. Left. You may be seated. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the order of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the recognition of Tim Gay, Georgia Animal Control Officer of the Year. I looked for him all day. I had jokes, but I guess I won't be doing that now. I have to hold on to the jokes. But, Mr. Gray, Mr. Gay,
I don't know why I keep saying that.
Mr. Gay, if you'll come up here. I want to read a little passage of this right here. We got the trophy here.
Yes.
Get the trophy. Put that back here. I'm gonna let you hold this right here. So, this is what this says, and I think this exemplifies, my guy's efforts throughout the year. Tim's exceptional dedication as the sole animal control officer for the city of Douglas is truly noteworthy. Handling the responsibilities of animal control alone is no small feat. Yet, Tim has not only met but exceeded expectations. In 2023, he successfully managed a staggering 1,164 animal control calls, with 51 of them requiring his attention after regular working hours. Tim's commitment to the safety and well-being of both the community and its animals is evident in the number showcasing his tireless efforts to address every concern promptly and efficiently. What sets Tim apart is not just his professional competence, but also his profound empathy towards animals. His caring and compassionate nature shine through in every interaction. Tim's patience and responsiveness to the citizens of Douglas, regardless of the nature of the call, exemplify his dedication to fostering a harmonious relationship between the community and its animal residents. Notably, in bite cases, Tim goes above and beyond by presenting young victims with stuffed animals, offering comfort and support during what can be a distressing experience. Furthermore, his active involvement in volunteering with animal rescues across Georgia underscores his deep care for animals, extending his impact beyond his immediate jurisdictions. Tim's warm and humane approach truly makes him deserving of the Animal Control Officer of the Year for the state of Georgia Animal Control Association. So here we go again, that we have a city employee that is shining the light upon the city of Douglas and Coffee County. Taking the name of city of Douglas and Coffee County into places that myself as the mayor can't take it. The members of this council can't take it. Getting all those calls, just think about that. Almost 1,200 calls. That averages 3 per day. 3 per day. I've had the experience of having to call Mr. Tim in on, was it a Saturday or Sunday? I think it was a Saturday. He got out the truck, he was very deliberate. Hey, dogs got to go. Got to go, got to talk about it. Why? Because he saw that the dogs that were in the neighborhood were frightening the children. And he said that we have to do everything we can to protect our children. And he done just that. Very deliberate with his actions. So I'm very honored to present you the award, very deserving. Like I said, you're the best in the business, baby. Not number 2. You're the best in the business. That's what
This morning, 11:30, I got a call. PD and EMS had a call, they couldn't go in the house. Dog needed to be secured. I went and secured the dog. When the meter techs called me, they can't get to the meter. We had a guy just 2 weeks ago, tied his dog where they couldn't get to the meter. He got home, he didn't have a dog. But that's where my pride comes in, when I can help a fellow worker, a citizen or something. And that's when I, be called at 11 o'clock at night to go secure a dog for the drug squad. That's what makes me proud. This means the world. And the opportunities y'all gave me to be down the patrol officer, it's just, I'll never forget it. I thank y'all. We got another?
Well, y'all removed it, I didn't get an official.
No, blood alcohol. Blood alcohol. All right, next on the agenda is the Parks and Recreation State Champions. Where the crew at?
They're coming, I see them
Better
outside.
go outside.
Oh, they getting loud.
Big crowd.
You know it.
Mayor, I got a song for that too, sir.
No.
We are the champions. We are the champions.
Or Curtis Blow playing basketball.
Oh.
You're probably too young, Commissioner, for
Y'all come around here. Y'all come around here. Get your brother this logo.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Your brother the logo right here, the city's logo. Come on, come on, come on. Let's stop right here. Y'all face this way.
Come on, crap.
Cool, cool. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Are we close?
Maybe 2 rows.
Maybe 2 rows.
Short people, Ziggy, get in the front.
Mayor,
Yes.
bring him in, probably.
Kale.
Yeah.
Right there.
Balance that, yeah.
All right, can you see everybody?
Let's stagger. The front row, just slide over just a hair. Yep, right there, right, yep. No, the back row stay. On the end, right here on the front, just slide
Kale.
over just a hair.
Kale.
No, stay back row, stay where you are.
Kale.
You're there. Okay.
That's perfect, stay right there.
Right there. All right.
All right, good evening. On behalf of the Douglas Coffee County Parks and Rec, I want to start out letting everybody know that we hosted our district tournament February the 23rd and 24th. We had to have actually 3 locations, both gyms here, and then the Coffee Middle School and the George Washington Freshman Campus. Because we hosted 10U, 8U, 10U, 12U, 14U boys and girls, which was 51 teams. And of course, we couldn't host it all at our gym, so we used the school gyms. But out of those 51 teams, we had 3 teams that was district runner-up. That was the 8U girls, the 10U girls, and the 10U boys that placed second in the district. Then the following week, which was our state tournament, this is the first year that Douglas have hosted a state basketball tournament. But actually, this is our 3rd time winning state basketball through my tenure here at the Recreation Department. This year, our 2024 12U boys state champion. There you see it, there you have them. Yeah. And we're gonna acknowledge them. We have Trent Darby, just raise your hand. Anthony Forrest, Anthony Gaskin, which is not here. Zadarian Hancock, that's my baby, y'all. Markel Jordan, that's my baby, y'all. Chase Kelly, Amani Manning, Isaiah Odom, Josiah Sims, and Mikael Stone. Our coaching staff is Mr. Martell Jordan and Rakeem Paul. He's not here. And I want to commend Mr. Martell because he was one of the coaches that was on our previous state champion basketball team, which was the 17U boys, the state champions also in 2017. Our other state champion was 2014, And our coaching staff was the late Peter Davis, Jamal McCray, and Jimmy A. Littleton. But again, congratulations, and a rundown, we went 4-0. We had a pool game on Friday, March the 1st. Douglas Coffee 56, Thomas McDuffie 41. Then we went in the tournament play on Saturday, Douglas Coffee 64, Somerville 30. Next game, Douglas Coffee 71, South Bryan 34. Then we go into our championship game, which was a great game. Our mayor was there, and he can tell you it was a great game. Douglas Coffee 76, Sumter County 66. And that leads us to here, our 2024 12U Boys State Champion.
So before we've taken all the pictures we need.
Well, I didn't know if y'all, some of the, y'all were gonna get in with them or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in.
Okay.
So, I got a couple comments here.
Forrest,
The
take
first thing is, I think that, the guy on ESPN used to say, cooler than the other side of the pillow. And this is how cool these guys were. I had the opportunity to watch the last 2 games. The teams that they were playing went on a 7-0 run or a 9-0 run. They didn't sweat it, they didn't get upset, they didn't get mad, they didn't do anything. Coach called timeout. Hey, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. But here's the thing. Every time Coach Paul or this young man here corrected these young guys, this is how they ended it. They hugged them. Everybody, tough love, everybody always concentrates on the tough and they forget about the love part. I think that the game before the championship, I think the 2 coaches hugged those guys. I had got up to 48 times that they hugged these young men. So my thing is this right here. We may look at the sports, but these guys here are learning to as far as teamwork, sometimes you put a team out there and it's just sheer athleticism. You got 1 or 2 guys, maybe the 3rd guy that's doing all the shooting and this and that. I think this is probably the most complete team that I've seen probably in the last 10 years. Just very, they're not selfish. I mean, I count, they pass the ball 6 or 7 times every time they come down. Sometimes they'll drive to the hole and you think the guy has a layup and he'll dish it off for a guy that has a better shot. I just thought that was very, very impressive to me. The fundamentals were there. The athleticism was there. But the thing that I like the most is that for some reason, their defense, they were just really aggressive. If you scored on them, they didn't get upset or anything. They just kept playing, and they just kept hounding you and hounding you and hounding you. And so my thing is this right here. It's an opportunity for these young guys to carry the city of Douglas and Coffee County again into places where we don't get the opportunity as elected officials. So we're indebted to you, gentlemen, for that, and thank you very much. You want to get in here and take a picture?
Let's all jump in there, how about that?
State champs.
Come on. Yeah, hey, short people in the front. Let me just wire our hair.
Commissioner.
We're good?
Okay, now the back row has the shift.
If he can get right there by Martell and
Yes. Side back, Commissioner Taylor.
Commissioner Taylor.
Mayor, you ready for my courtesy move?
No.
We still need the 2 right here to go over this way.
Go ahead, Zion.
There you go. Stay right there.
To arrange this way.
Yeah. Okay, good chief.
Y'all look this way.
in the room, that's 1984, you know what I'm saying? But other people are like, what's that about? You know.
Okay.
Good. Mr. Martell, stand fast. Oh, Mr. Martell, stand fast. Would you stand fast? Everybody else move. Everybody else go this way. Oh, yeah. I want to make sure, I was hoping that the other coach was here, Rakeem. Regardless of what sports that we have in parks and recreation, we need coaches to come out and volunteer. We need coaches to come out and volunteer. We need the coach's spouse, husband, or wife to be supportive of that, because so many times they have to get up and go, got to buy a dinner here, got to buy a breakfast here, got to check on a kid here, got to take a kid home, and this and that. And there's a lot of sacrifice. And I want not only you to know, I see you. I see you sacrifice. But also I learned this young man has been coaching for an extended period of time. I think the last time you lost the game was 3 years ago, something like that. That's Parks and Recreation. Was it AAU? What's the other one? School ball. So in 3 years, he has not lost a game. As I said earlier, probably one of the best coach teams that I've seen. His dedication, his calm demeanor. And I'm over there in the stands getting upset, and he over there, hey, this is what we gonna do. Hey, this is what we gonna do. You know what I mean? Hey, get that guy right there. You know what I mean? Get that guy right there. I'm like, look, dude, come on. Hey, we got it. Everybody calm down. We're gonna run this right here. Make sure we hold the ball. And guess what? That's just how cool his team was. I mean, his team just reflected his persona. They were intelligent out there. They was quick thinking. They was hustling. And really did it to you, young man. You did a good job. You tell Mr. Paul, y'all did a good job, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. And there's a mad exit.
Thank you, Mayor, for offering me the opportunity to speak on behalf, as a liaison commissioner for the Parks and Recreation. I'm so proud of all of our coaches and all of our staff and the children that play. We're so pleased and so proud. The mayor did a great job, I think, of bringing it home tonight for these kids and showing our appreciation. I appreciate y'all having them here. Thank you so much.
That's it. Outstanding. Here we go. Back to, as Commissioner Roper said, let's handle the city's business. Move on. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda items. As always, the city manager will state those items that were placed on the consent agenda during the work session for transparency. Mr. City Manager, or DJ Chucky Brown.
Yes, sir. I've run out of reasons to play music tonight. All right, next item is all the consent items, and stated I'll read them off for transparency purposes. We have 10 items coming over on the consent agenda. The items are as stated. Item 1, review or approval of the February 26, 2024 meeting minutes. Next is approval of the fire department uniform purchases. Next item is approval of the FY24 multiple pad mount transformer bid. Next is item 4, approval of the FY24 2023 Dodge Durango bid for 224-24. Next is approval of the street closures for 2024. The next item is approval of the submittal resolution for the Bureau of Justice Assistant Small Rural Tribal Body Warren County Program Grant application. Next is item 9 from the work session, approval of the repair of the flight pump for the TNT lift station. Next is approval of the painting of the turbine generator at substation number 2. Next item is approval of the purchase of the Vector Ramjet trailer, AKA sewer machine. And the last item was on the general comment that was brought over in the agenda item approval.
We couldn't put that on consent because there was a conflict of interest.
Okay, yeah, okay, we'll bring that out forward, yeah. Those are your items for the 9 items.
All right, good deal. At this time, I entertain a motion for the consent agenda items.
So moved.
Mr. Mayor, one question. We have that last street closure.
Yeah, like you said,
He said we couldn't, he had to take that off. the
Yeah, we're gonna
consent.
move it to the regular agenda item. First Baptist.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're bringing that to be the next item.
okay, vote on that. So at this time, I entertain a motion for those 9 items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We have 1 item to carry forward.
We have one item coming over, it was in the form of a general comment, turned into an agenda item, that is the approval, discuss and seek approval of that First Baptist Church closing Coweta Street on March 24th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. to facilitate an Easter egg hunt, and that's the item before you.
Correct. Commissioner Bailey, state your conflict of interest.
I attend First Baptist Church.
You attend First Baptist. At this time, we'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Let the record reflect that I also voted, and Mr. Baker did not. Any other items, Mr. City Manager?
No, sir, we have no other items.
Any staff comments?
No, sir.
No staff comments. At this time, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We stand adjourned.